Hi, welcome to the Red Booth Show. On tonight's episode, I have the band All Day Sucker. They're a California power pop band with a new album that just came out. So come and join us. All right, so hi guys, how are you?
How are you?
This is awesome. I'm glad we finally get to have you on the show.
We appreciate that. Thank you for having us on the Red Booth.
Yeah, definitely. It's exciting. Well, I was lucky enough to get one of their new albums, and it's actually a record. It's actually a real record, which I think is really cool.
But don't worry, we put a digital download card in there so you can still feel contemporary.
Oh, there we go.
Because it skips in the car when you play it.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, my car record player is a little out of shape right now. So.
Yes, you haven't lived.
So the new album's called Denim Days. Do you guys want to tell us a bit about it?
Jordan?
Morty?
I didn't agree to that.
Dan?
Jay?
I didn't agree to that. Yeah.
It was a way of, it started off being sort of a record that had a bit of the domestic bliss and friendship. A lot of it's based on a lot of deep friendships. Jordan and I have been writing together since high school, and we one day sort of realized that, I guess not a lot of people have this, but we have lots of friends that go all the way back, to childhood that are still around. We're from Los Angeles originally. Jay's from Los Angeles.
Cool.
Dan's from Jersey. David's from Miami, and but we have sort of roots here, and I didn't realize how rare it was. And so there's a song on their Denim Days, which was sort of like homage to our friends that we see and we're still tight with. And there was that, and then at the time, Jordan.
And that's why
I,
you're wearing denim right now
yeah,
as well?
that's why.
That's the only outfit he has.
It's a pitch. The last record was called Polyester. And
It was too hot for that.
I was fabulous.
It was first called Kiana, but we were sued over that.
Exactly.
No, so the record was sort of this record of the domestic bliss of connecting with that sort of stuff. It's our third album, and but the first one with all five of us playing on this one on every track. And so we wanted it to be, there, you can look in the back of that.
Ooh.
Yeah, look at us.
Air, baby.
We're striking. Yeah, and that's Air Jordan, front and the back. And that's it. I mean, it's not a very scintillating thing. It's all about, it's domestic bliss and love and, connections and
But a
relationships.
journey to bliss through neurosis.
Yes.
And back again.
Yes.
And everywhere
Things
we
that
go,
start and end on the couch.
we have Connie with
or
us.
in the booth.
Neurosis and horosis.
Yes.
That's awesome. So how did you guys first start the band, All Day Sucker?
Okay. So Jordan and I went to Uni High School in West LA, and we met in like 11th grade. I'd seen him the year before play in one of those Mardi Gras sort of festival sort of things, and we met in one of the classes. And as I recall, I had like a Walkman on and was singing the Beatles' Revolution or something. And he's like, "You sing?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I said, hey, "You played keyboards in that thing that played out on the field last year, right?" "Yeah." "Oh yeah." And they did Watching the Detectives, and it was interesting because at the time, the material wasn't contemporary. I mean, it wasn't like everybody was playing. A lot of people were getting into certain things, but they were playing stuff that I thought it was sort of novel. Like Elvis Costello or
I love
some of
Elvis
the older
Costello.
stuff, right? And so I was like, wow, you guys played some pretty cool, kind of cool choices. And then he brought me up to a band practice, and I was to replace the singer who was the bass player, who was in the band, and to make it a little fuller of a sound. And then we started writing.
And he took over.
Yeah, I did. And I never felt comfortable until just now being in this band. And so, we started
You made it,
writing.
by the way.
Yeah.
Congratulations, you're in.
Thank God.
It's the denim.
Yeah.
Thank God. I still remember my locker combination.
And we've known Jay since what?
We're 17, 18
17,
years
18
old.
Yeah.
years
Wow.
old. No, Dan, God, like 21?
Over 20, yeah,
More
20,
than 20.
24,
Yeah.
or something like that.
And he was
And
in
Goody, it's
Jersey? So how did you guys meet him?
Yeah, but I've been here
Yeah,
since
he's
I
been
was
here.
17. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got here, and my dad was actually going to a show of another band at the Troubadour, and we walked in and saw these guys playing, and I was like,
Nice.
that's an amazing band. And I think my dad went up and talked to you guys as
Yeah,
well. And
his dad was a producer. An extraordinary producer.
But
Paul
yeah,
Rothschild,
so
if you're
Paul
Googling.
Rothschild. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. I didn't know if we were going to go there, but you absolutely.
I can go there.
Oh, well, we
All
can
I was
say
saying
that.
was my dad brought me to you guys'
Yeah,
show, and it was
I just
amazing.
went
That's
there.
it.
And so and then Dan was in a band called first was Radio Flyer, but you know him more as Tonic, and then we had mutual friends, and then they joined together and made Tonic. We were in our band called the Imposters at the time. There was the Wallflowers, all of us. We played at Cantor's Kibitz Room. We all sort of, when we were in more of a nascent stage of making music, we all hung out together, and it was really a scene. You know, one night we'd be at Gorky's having a beer, and the other night we'd play poker. Yeah, we'd be
Hit
and
three
then-
beers.
and then we'd be at
Mashed potatoes.
you know, these little places, the Mad Hatters on Pico, like all these little like local like scene. And it really was a local scene. Jason Falk. I mean, people from now we look at as sort of mainstays in the industry, but at the time it was like our version of what would have been Greenwich Village or Bleecker, you know, or City Lights in San Francisco.
It's like a petri dish of everyone messing around in each other's bands.
Because we
and
weren't metal
supporting
guys,
each other.
and the scene at the time in you know whatever the time period
Strip
was
bands.
was
Well,
really
metal scene.
spandex pants.
Jay was kind of metal.
Jay was closer.
Yeah.
Jay was
Jay was pretty metal.
yeah. Jay was like one pair of like wrestler pants away from being completely. Yeah. You were
Did you
like
have the
one
long
fanny
hair?
pack away from just being a straight up
Fanny pack.
GIT.
I should never went to the fanny
Yeah.
pack.
So anyway, so we started there. We met Dan around then. We'd known Jay, and then Dave came. We needed a drummer in the Imposters, and I forgot who you came through, but he came from somebody.
you.
No, but I met you. I think Jordan introduced you.
2000 or 2001.
And then he showed up at a rehearsal. We played together, and it was like, oh my God, you're amazing. And he was going through a breakup or something, and it was like one of those.
It was host, and then he would cry.
Aw.
But we literally we played, and he walked out of the hall, and he sat on the ground and cried. And we were like,
That's our
He's
guy.
gonna cry right now.
we were like, yeah. The thing was, as neurotic goes,
Makeup.
he was in. Yeah. We were sold on him, and then he disappeared. We got our old drummer back for a few years. We did a record or two.
Then one
and
lonely night I wandered into Cantor's.
Yeah, and I was like,
cried.
"You're back."
Crying.
He's back from Tonic. He's back from it. Okay, we want to catch lightning in a bottle at least for as long as
Or
we
like
can.
sparklers, like
Yeah,
Or
sparklers in your mouth. And so that's the name of the next record. And and so we were lucky enough, fortunate enough to get these guys together at one time. Dan produced the record, and he also produced, and I'll toot his horn for him because I'm too far away. He did the Better Than Ezra record that everybody knows, and so that was the one that we were like, oh well, you know what you're doing, and I'll be growing up in a pedigree with his dad, and having worked on so much stuff, it was like, oh, it's a no-brainer.
why don't you come waste our time?
Yeah. And so
Okay,
we were
sure,
like,
I will.
Yeah. And so we did it, and our friend JJ Blair, we worked at his studio and some home studios, and we did all that stuff, and we were lucky enough to catch it. Yeah, catch it on a big piece of black vinyl.
3 years
We
later.
played together all the
Amazing.
time. We just actually channeled it and we put it into a record.
Jordan and I have been writing songs together since high school the whole time, and so it was important for us also to have co-writes with the guys and to sort of see where their heads were at and stuff. And so there's songs on the record that we all participated in. And
Or brought to the table.
So Jay is actually a mainstay of the smooth jazz world.
Okay.
You are though, but that's a real thing.
We don't need to talk about that here.
But that's a real why.
Why
There
not?
the fan might be watching.
You want your show back for a little?
That's great. I love it. I love it.
Oh yeah, that.
Well, actually, I did want to introduce you guys each as like
Hi,
what
nice
you
to
do in
meet
the
you.
band. Like,
We've known each other for a
Well,
long
we know
time.
you doing
You
in
will
there.
pay attention.
so Morty's the singer, obviously.
Yes.
And
Similar.
why don't
Jay
you
plays
say
guitar. Jay Gore on guitar.
Great. Okay. And-
Dan Rothschild on the bass
Bajo
Okay.
electrico.
and
Yes.
vocals.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yes.
And you are the drummer.
Bateristo.
David
And it's
Goodstein on the drums and vocals.
Cool.
I play dead. I play piano.
That's Jordan.
Yes,
Jordan.
Summers.
Jordan
This is
Summers.
Jordan. He is a
Jordan
petri
Summers,
dish.
yes.
He plays piano and writes and orders Chinese food.
He does.
Very,
I'm the one on the phone
From
going,
his iPad.
no mushrooms, no carrots. That's my...
That's my.
Somebody has to do that.
Some
Brian.
amazing melodies and
Can you
themes.
make it
That's
vegan?
your-
Yes, no mushrooms, no carrots.
We like vegan, please.
Yeah. And so and that's the band. That's All Day Sucker.
That's so awesome. So you guys, this is the first album you've done all together.
This is the first band with this exact
This
lineup.
lineup.
Jordan and I have been on every record. Jay was on, I think on every record, on most of them. Dan's was on some of the stuff
He
on
was
our
on the
second.
first.
And
He was on our first record.
Yeah.
You were on Camel singing.
Singing.
and Camel and Foundation, I think too.
Yes,
Yeah.
you were.
Really?
Yeah.
And don't worry, none of us saw
Forgot all that.
When did you guys first start All Day Sucker?
All Day Sucker started
name
in
change.
2004. I mean, that would be like when we released the record.
2004. Yeah, well, after the Imposters broke up, we were looking for something else. We went by a couple names because he and I
The Imposters had you both.
Here's a quick backstory: is the band
came
broke
off the
up,
hill.
the Imposters broke up, and we had known because of the Kibitz Room and all of us jamming together. We had known a bunch of guys. We knew Jay before, but we knew Dan from there. Dan was in Tonic. We broke up our band, and then I was looking for something to do, and I didn't know if I wanted to do music anymore or anything else like that. And I'd heard Dan left Tonic, and immediately that night we were at Dragonfly, which is a place played always in Los Angeles, and I literally left. There was no cell phones at the time. I sent him a smoke signal.
Payphone.
Yeah, no, I called and left a message on his answering machine. I said, when you get home, we need to do something together. I don't know what it is. I'm not sure yet, but we need to do something
So I
together.
call him back in like 10 years.
Exactly. yeah. And so we just did this record.
I haven't checked this machine in years.
Oh, Marty.
This is Jewish Standard Time. And quick as we could, we put this record out 10 years later. No, and so I said to him, and at the time, it was something loose because we had both been in original projects, and there was a club in Los Angeles, and I said, listen, I know some people there. Let's just do a cover thing. We'll do it as like a goof. And we got together with our friend Adam Hamilton and Troy Lush, who was a guitar player, and Adam was the drummer. And I said, we'll sit in chairs, and it'll be like an 80s thing. I don't know, we'll call it like Men Without Sex. Something, just a name. Just a funny like 80s sort of, just a goofy name.
He names everything, and we have no say in it.
I was going to
by the
ask
way.
you how you guys came up with the name for All
We'll
Day
give you that
Sucker.
1 second.
Okay.
No, because that's not an interesting story either. So, yeah.
Like mud wrestling for a
We'll be
name
right
is
back
not
to bore you later. And so if there's any gum under the red booth, start chewing it. It'll be a minute. So yeah, I called him up. We did this cover thing, and then it caught on. And then this cover band, Men Without Sex, stupidly named, but it just became a thing. And then we were playing the Playboy Mansion, and then we were getting hired for corporate gigs, and then I said to Jordan, you should join in this. It's good to have a keyboard player, and we should start doing it.
I said, "You're playing the Playboy Mansion?"
He actually did. His first main gig with us was on Memorial
And I
Day, I
said,
think, in Playboy.
I'm
Mansion,
in.
4th of July.
Load my gear into the car.
Yeah.
He's like, where do I go? So are you guys
Unless-
going to be doing a music video for this?
We just did one in the car.
This is
before
it.
we came in.
right now.
We're waiting to come in here.
This is it.
Yeah, we actually do more talking.
Waiting
videos.
for David
We're
Lee
looking
Roth
at-
and the Go-Go Girls.
We're trying to make industrials.
We should do a
Is what
music
we're looking
video.
for. So yeah,
Yeah,
we
you
did.
should.
And then All Day Sucker was. We had the name. We had the band for a minute, and then there was a band that we were friends with that we sort of grew up with. It was sort of like our younger brothers that we played with, and we played a bunch of gigs with them and stuff. They were called Cara's Flowers, and we did like Viper shows with them and Dragonfly shows with them and all this stuff. They'd done a record, and they sort of were getting dropped or something would happen, so they were trying to get signed again. And we were like, well, the singer sort of sounds like Stevie Wonder. You guys have a real organic thing. And I was like, there's a 45 that came with Songs in the Key of Life. And on it are a few songs, and one of them is All Day Sucker. And I was like, that'd be a great name for a band. You know what I mean? It's visual, everything. You should use that name. And they decided against it, and that's why they're nowhere today. Yeah, and they're now called Maroon 5.
Oh, wow.
And so,
Oh, my
yeah,
God.
lucky for them because, lucky for you would have had them on the red booth.
Yeah.
And that would have been how I'm sorry for you because had they been All Day Sucker, that's who would have been here today.
Instead, you get like Fuchsia 3.2.
But I doubt Adam would have worn Birkenstocks anymore. He doesn't seem as into that anymore. But yeah, so we were like, and then when we were looking for a name, it was like, well, let's use that. Jordan and I had another stupid name that I had come up with. But we had that for a while, and it was like on a couple of marquees, and everyone was like, that's not really going to be the name of your band, is it? And I was like,
Morty.
it was called, yes.
It was?
Yeah.
It's just
No, it was
Morty?
called Mojo Show.
Mojo Show.
Because it was like Morty, Jordan Show.
There is a
All right,
band
let's just
called
do
Mojo.
Show. Yeah, of course. I mean, I'm sure there's a million of them. And so it was
Yeah.
like Mojo Show, and but it was like one word. It was just something quick. It was just something easy.
Hey,
The
it's
Morty and
cool.
Jordan Show.
It sounded like a Japanese curse
Yeah,
word.
so it was like one of those. Like,
Mojo Show! Oh, Mojo Show!
yeah, we thought that. that we thought it would be big in Sweden.
Racist, man.
It does.
He was the first guy that went racist on us in this
I can swear
Out
Dead
loud.
Lovely
meeting we're having.
I was bilingual
in front of
Yes.
anybody. Yeah, so that's how we got All Day Sucker, and we were like, that should be a good name for a band. And
So actually, all the songs have been
She should be-
translated into Japanese and then back again
Right.
into English, and that's how we come up with our lyrics.
Yeah.
Skoshi Kudasai.
Oh, you have all the lyrics on
Yeah,
there.
all the
Yeah, we do.
Awesome.
It's the Magna
All of
Carta.
Of course.
everyone, I'll be using those later to figure out how the hell the songs go.
Yes.
Because
It's good. We could have used that in the car video.
we could have.
Well, why don't we get you guys to play a song for us?
We do that?
Yes, let's do that.
All right.
All right, cool.
It'll stop the talking. I'm down.
Okay, good.
Hi, we're All Day Sucker in the Red Booth and on the Red Booth. And this one is The Girl with the Denim Eyes off our new record, Denim Days. For B. I would be scared. I would be terrified if I couldn't be near the girl with the denim eyes. I remember all my life, the first time I set eyes on you. You answered a prayer, you were serenity. I surrendered any hope of ever giving up on you. You had me right where I never knew I could be. I would be scared, I would be terrified. We won't always get along, as friends so often never do. But nothing can bend this bond I have forged with you. Fortune is a smile a day, a pure redemptive love my way. When words bring me down, I rise on a bouncy too. I would be scared, I would be terrified. I couldn't be near the girl with the denim eyes. I would be scared, it would be justified. I couldn't be near the girl with the denim eyes. Girl with the denim eyes, you won't always have that face, but you'll always have those eyes. I knew them when they were hidden inside. Open or closed depends, nothing's indefinite. You got my dreams, but she gave you everything. I would be scared, I would be terrified. I couldn't be near the girl with the denim eyes. I would be scared, it would be justified. I couldn't be near the girl with the denim eyes. Those denim eyes, yeah, the girl with those eyes. I wouldn't dare, alright. I wouldn't stare at those eyes. Denim eyes of that girl with those. Girl with,
So I want to ask you guys a bit how you became musicians. Do you have like family that's in music?
I lost a bet. Yeah, my mom was a singer with her brothers in the Borscht Belt, the Fontainebleau
She
Hotel.
asked about the musicians.
Exactly, I'm a singer. That doesn't count. Yeah, and so I grew up around like literally sitting under a piano while they like harmonized together.
Wow.
And stuff at the house on the deep shag rugs and just
Nice.
And so naturally, I just have an ear for notes and stuff. I'm raising a daughter, and I don't know how to explain how you know notes, because on surface it's math. I mean, up here it's what works together and locks in. Down here it's like I don't know how to explain it to harmony. Harmony, well, it sits on top and it sounds good, like, and then you can hear it in people and they get it, And so I was fortunate enough to grow up with my mom singing and her brothers and all that stuff. And then when bands came along, it was just, all right, cool. You know,
Cool.
Now it's amplified. Jay?
What's your
Yeah.
story, Jay?
Yeah, what's your story?
I don't remember it.
Yep. Do you have musical
I
parents?
do.
I grew up here. I played guitar very young. My dad brought me a guitar at home when I was about 8 years old.
Nice.
And
Good job, Dad.
Yeah, I didn't love it so much.
At the beginning.
And then he took me to a Kiss concert at the
Oh.
Forum, and I freaked out.
And even though it was Kiss, he
Right.
still liked
Yeah,
music.
I saw like the explosions and guitar floating in the air, and I was like, "Wow, I can do that with a guitar."
Do they have like? Don't they have people sometimes flying with some of the band members?
Yeah, this was late
Yeah.
70s, so it was
Yeah.
the original Kiss, and they're still wearing makeup, and the original 4 guys, and it was, I was like a 9-year-old kid. I was like, I couldn't believe it. Like I was sitting there with my face, like on the seat in front of me, because those people were standing up. I just remember it really well. Honestly, I remember it like it was last week. It really had an amazing effect on, like nothing. I was just like tunnel vision since then.
Wow.
Yeah, just everything with guitar. Like I sit at home, play guitar, play guitar, play guitar.
Watch this. What's Ace Frehley's birthday?
April 27th.
See?
Whoa.
The only reason I know that is because our friend Paris has the same birthday.
Oh, really?
And because he's got the tattoo.
Never forget.
Never forget, April 27th. Space Ace.
Awesome. Very
Yeah,
cool.
so that's kind of it, And then in high school, playing in bands, and even before high school, I was playing like some of the clubs that allowed under 21, like the Roxy,
The Music
and-
Machine.
Yeah,
Pico.
right, and the Troubadour and the Whiskey. They would let us play on weekends because there wasn't an age limit at those clubs. So
Yeah, we
I was
played
in like 8th grade
16
already, like,
years
writing
old,
my own
yeah.
music with my fellow band members.
That's amazing.
Yeah, we were playing. So
You just like found your friends at school and started. doing
yeah,
it?
and I'm the only one that's still a musician, but
And still in school.
yeah. Damn diploma, man, it won't come.
Yeah,
tenth
now you know
grade.
you're a good musician.
10th grade's hard.
It is.
Yeah.
Yes,
Dude, a master's degree in eruption takes time.
exactly.
That's why your touches the ground.
How did you get into music?
Well, it was kind of all around me when I was a kid. Just grew up in a house where there was always music playing. My dad was a producer, and my mom played piano and cello, and there was always music going on, whether it was classical or soul or R&B or rock, pop. Always something going on in the house, and I just gravitated towards it and tinkered around on piano and ended up in piano lessons when I was a little kid. And my dad got me a bass when I was young, when I was about 13 or so, and went away to summer camp. I played that for like a good long while. Went away to summer camp, and the camp director heard I played bass, and he forced me on stage during a camp social.
Oh, no.
With this amazing disco band, and I'm like, no, I'm not going up there. No, it's not gonna happen. And they're like, nah, get up here, don't worry about it. And so my friends pushed me up there, and I had a great time. It went amazing, and so then all of a sudden, I knew everybody at camp after that. And I'm like, oh,
Did it get you laid?
Now he's a bass player.
oh shit, I
That
am.
was my next joke.
Oh shit, I'm a bass player. Oh god. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, it did.
Short answer, yes.
That's amazing. I love that. So you went from piano to bass.
Yeah, piano to bass, and been stuck on that ever since. First, it was upright bass in the school orchestra when I was 13. My mom's like, no, it was 9. My mom's like, you ought to get out of the house a little more, and we're going to put you in the school orchestra. There's clarinet and bass left over. I'm like, well, I don't want to play the clarinet.
I think it's cool that your dad gave you a bass and not a guitar. It seems like a.
Well, it was already on the upright, so at that point for 4 years, so.
He'd been playing with his upright for
He's like-
years before that.
Yeah. He's like, why don't you try one of these? This is a downright bass.
Why are you looking at me like that? Like anything that comes out of my mouth surprises you after all these years.
no.
Wow.
I'm just shocked you're not wearing the bikini inspector.
Right, exactly. My OBGYN shirt.
Do you wear that to the Playboy Mansion? Or?
No, you don't need it there.
Oh, okay.
There's a guy there.
I'm surprised they
have a dress code.
Women are already in stirrups.
No, Weird Al shows up all the
Once
time.
you get past the rock, anything goes.
All right. Well, let's hear your story.
I was born the son of not the jerk.
I know.
Music was always in the house. My father had a band that he played with on the side. And my father was a drummer, and he played guitar.
Oh, okay.
And he was a businessman, but he always had this band that they would do weddings and stuff on the weekends. And so I don't remember not playing the drums, but my first official instrument was violin. I don't know why. Then I switched to piano.
I can't even stop
I know.
the jokes that want to come
I
out.
know. I'm talking fast to get everything out.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like throwing.
I was like, fiddle. Puts
On the roof.
Puts it under his chin.
Yeah, so drums, were kind of always there, and I always played. And then when I was 14, in the period of a year, I saw Journey, Aerosmith, Bryan Adams, Rush, Madonna the Virgin Tour, Michael Jackson, and Heart.
Whoa.
All in a year, and I was ruined for
Oh my
life.
God.
Yeah, that was it. And
So like, okay, that's more concerts than some people have even seen in their whole life.
yeah, well,
like,
and it was great because now it's really weird. Not as many acts go down there, but back when I was a kid in Miami, either tours would start. They would start in Florida or they would end down there. So you would you would see like really strange, like the first show of the tour or the last. Like, so it was always like interesting. And yeah, music was always around. I took chorus and
so you can
I've
sing
just
too.
always, yeah, I can.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do you sing in any of the songs on the?
Everything.
If you listen
We'll
closely,
find out.
there's some backgrounds.
And foregrounds.
And
yeah.
for-
Seriously, the harmonies that
it's
these
a-
two guys
it's
are
a
busting out on these records.
heavy.
Unbelievable.
We did all the
Harmony
backgrounds,
rep.
didn't we?
Yes,
Yeah.
you did.
Yeah,
It's me and Dan on the
it's
whole
like
thing.
really.
Cool.
I mean, I put
At
the
his
record
house.
on.
Little Jordan threw a note in here or
I
there.
did throw, like,
Yeah.
yeah, but it's like a where's
But his
Waldo?
notes were like,
You're like beep.
Yeah.
So okay, so let's tell your
batteries.
story then.
My story is my
Villas.
father played piano, but not really. And I had a friend that we went to school and hated the school, and it was very sports and math oriented. So we would make up these little songs about all the people we hated, and we would do like these a cappella things. And then he took a little piano and he started playing
and now he's
songs.
using the Lord.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna let that go.
Oh, yeah. All right, so that's your job.
Oh, that's so fun.
So I just felt stunted. I wanted to learn how to write songs, so I started playing piano. My mother was thrilled. She was like, "Oh my god!" So they got
You
me
would have been happier if
lessons.
you learned clarinet. Though.
Yeah,
That's the Jewish.
Between
That's
the
Jewish
fiddle and
lineage
the
that runs
clarinet.
right
The
through.
Jew kazoo.
and I was playing it. I
New
was
Jew kazoo.
13, and I played the UCLA Coffee House, and we did our little songs, and they went, like, wow. I was like, oh,
Wow.
this is really good. It didn't occur to me that they were like, oh, how cute. That's why they,
Right.
But, ooh, now it just occurred to me.
I've been living a lie.
Thank you for watching All Day Sucker on
The Red Booth. Over
I
yonder.
thought it was red boob.